All right, let's talk, y'all. We have to talk. And this is, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you guys knew this video was coming because I've been talking about it, saying I need to make a video about this. And this is the leanest law. Now, I am a leanest law guy. I really am. But leanest law for some of y'all is going way too far. And I want to make this video because I want to tell you guys the truth about leanest law. Leanest law. Leanest law. But lean is a specific look, and you could take it a little bit too far. Malnourished is not law. Malnourished is not law. Every day, not every day, I say like every 2 to 3 days on Instagram, I see a dude pop up on my feed or a woman, but a lot of times it's men. But I be seeing some women too, and some people are just taking it way too far, y'all. Like, we want to be lean. We don't want to look sick, though. I'm seeing a lot of dudes, especially now that Reddit's coming out, or it's been out, but now that a lot of people are taking Reddit, I'm seeing a lot of people are on Reddit, and they're having like this look, like where they're just looking malnourished. I mean, obviously it's suppressing your appetite, so their calories are pretty low. And it's like you could get to a point where it just becomes too much. You start looking more like a Christian Bale from The Machinist, as opposed to like a lean, nice and full look. So I just want you guys to be mindful of this, man. We want to be lean. And this is something that I wasn't gonna take it super far, but honestly, and I'm very real with you guys, I'm very transparent with you guys. I was gonna, when I started my getting leaner, at this point about 6 weeks, when I started it, yeah, because it was at the beginning of February at this point, or maybe like it was about middle of February, and I started getting lean, and I got down to about 175, and I got down too fast, and I looked good. I'm gonna get back to about the mid to high 170s, but I looked pretty good, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna push another 10 pounds. I'm 6'2", guys. I was gonna get into the 160s. Now, can I look good, like muscularly in the 160s? My frame, sure, it could probably look fine. I was really optimizing for a lean, chiseled face. And that's what a lot of us fellas that are on this lean is law type of thing, we understand the value of having a lean face, but you really want to find the balance between having, like, okay, let me put it like this. You could get your face super lean, but at some point, you're going to compromise your physique. At the same way, you could put on a lot of muscle and get massive, but at some point you would compromise how lean your face is. For us fellas, and even for women too, but in general, we want to find, in my opinion, the balance. What I saw myself was I was optimizing a little bit too much for having the leanest face possible. And like that Model S type of look, if you start going farther within that range, at some point you will compromise your physique. Because the leaner, like if you just, okay, I'm gonna get my face as lean as possible, especially as you're natural, you will start to lose a little bit of shoulder and chest size, and you're not gonna be holding on to all that mass. And then you got the other dudes who all they care about is mass. They don't give a fuck about their face. So you really have to find the balance. Okay, we want a nice sharp face, but we do understand that a little bit of size is needed. And then when I say size, I'm not saying you need to be massive, but we cannot be out here looking like Christian Bale from The Machinist. We cannot be out here looking like we're auditioning to be on Wicked. You know, like there has to be a little bit of size, fellas. And this is something I'm saying as a lean as law guy. I'm not a big size guy. I'm one of the few people that believe that you don't want to have like a super high BMI, that you want to have a lean athletic build. Like, I'm all for that. I'm all for health. But when you take being lean so far to where like you just look like you, like when people say, oh, you look like you need a burger, like some people are fat saying that and they're coping, but some people are like, you genuinely look like you're malnourished. Like you genuinely look like you're not getting the nutrients that you need in your diet. And that's not a lean, healthy look. Like that's not aesthetic. So we, as fellas and women too, but as fellas, we really need to find the balance. I'm all for optimizing, and I like every time I make a video like this, I like to tell you guys where I'm at, because I'm right there with you guys. Like, I want to have the lean, cold ass, hollow cheeks too. But it's like at the same time, I can't get into the 160s. I'm giving up some size for that. I got into the mid 170s and I had a decent, like, the mid for me, like the mid to high 170s for my frame is where my face is sharp. It's not the sharpest, but it's sharp, and my physique has a little bit of size, and I'm like, that's like the perfect trifecta of like lean face, lean body, a little bit of mass. Like that's like the triangle for me. And for me, like that look is like the mid to high 170s from what I see from the amount of muscle mass that I have and where my physique is at currently. You have to be looking at your physique like that too. When you start optimizing too far within one of those things, okay, I want the leanest face that I could possibly get. Okay, now you're pulling from the size and you're pulling from like other things. You get what I'm saying? Then you start optimizing. Okay, I want as much muscle mass as I could get. Now you're pulling from the face. Now you're pulling from the lean. Like you have to find a way to balance everything. And as naturals, like you probably heard, oh, you can only pick being what did they say? They said you could pick either being big, lean, or natural. Like they say you could pick two, but you can't have all three. I know you guys have probably heard that phrase before in fitness. And it's almost, I mean, it's pretty true, but it's almost the same as like balancing, like having a lean face, the lean aesthetic physique, and the muscle mass. Like you can't be super, like it's going to be hard to just be a 10 out of 10 in all areas of those three. But you don't want to be a 10 out of 10 for like the lean face, but literally have like absolutely no mass to where you're like I seen a dude who was like 5'7", like 115. Like that's a little bit too far, bro. And especially like depending on how you look, like if at 5'7", 115, 120, you actually look solid, like you have a little bit of mass, obviously the lean face is gonna be there, the lean physique is gonna be there. If mirror visually you look fine, then okay, obviously that's gonna outweigh the scale weight. But for most guys, that's not gonna work. So like for me, pushing, okay, I was like, okay, I'll get to 170. And it's like, I've seen other guys my height at 170. I've only seen one or two guys pull it off to where they have the lean face, the lean physique, and the right amount of muscle mass to where they don't look like a runner, but they also have the lean face. Like it's like a balancing act. I've only seen a few guys pull it off, but most guys can't. Most guys my height can't pull off low 170s and be able to balance all three. I saw myself a few weeks ago at 175. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm balancing all three. And I got there a little bit too fast. My recovery was shit. So I didn't get there in the best way possible. So as I get back down there, if I get there better, that'll be a perfect look. My face will be even better because my sleep will be intact. My cortisol will be intact. My testosterone will be intact. Everything will be intact. And I saw that even with everything being a little bit off, the leanness was there, it was solid. If you guys want to look up my channel, that was week 4 of my cut, of my lean to shredded cut. I was about 175 in that vid. You can go back and see my leanness was pretty good. Just look at the thumbnail for that vid. It did good for a reason. Like the six pack was very, very chiseled in that. And I wasn't feeling my best because my sleep was shit for like 10 days going into that. So I was like, if I get back to that look, I already know I look decent. My face was good and my cortisol was high. So if I get my cortisol under control with that look, that's an even better look. Okay, so I'm keeping in mind all that. I'm like, okay, well, that's my look. 175 to 190 is my look. And when I want to really optimize for the leaner face, I could get to the leaner end of that. If I want to like really, I'm in my bodybuilding mode, but obviously I'm not going to take it to like a mass builder on some goofy shit. But I just want to be like a little bit heavier. Okay, 185, 190. We have to have like these ranges that we could play into depending on what we want to optimize. But we can't just be swaying in a whole, oh, I just want to be massive. Now I'm 260. Oh, lean is low. I want to have a lean model face. Now I'm 155, 160. Like, no, fellas. Or women if you're watching this. No, y'all. Lean is law, but lean has to be done in a good way. Lean has to be in a healthy look. You want to look healthy. Like when we optimize for being lean, we optimize for being aesthetic. It's not aesthetic to look malnourished. And I'm not saying this to body shame anybody, But you guys be like, we see it on social media. If you guys are on social media, I'm not even on social media a lot, and I see every couple of days a dude or a woman is gonna cross my feed that just looks hungry. Like, you don't want to look malnourished, y'all. That's not aesthetic. Shout out to you, because I know it takes discipline. Even if you're on Reddit, I know it takes discipline. I know it takes really good structure. I know it's very rare to be, sub 10% for women, for men, sub 17, 18% for women. But it's like, at some point, like, a little bit of size, like just a little bit, just a little bit. The face, like a lean face is cool, but when it's like super, super chiseled and you just look like you're starving, that's not aesthetic, y'all. Having a little bit of some full cheeks is perfectly fine. Do not get fooled by these guys or these women on Instagram that are somehow able to be like 5'10", 220, 7% body fat, chiseled face, but they have size. Like, for most of us, like, it's gonna be hard to really balance all three at a top echelon type of level. And it's gonna be better to be a 7 or 8 out of 10 in all categories. A little bit of size, lean face, but it's not super chiseled, right? A little bit of size, but you don't have the most size, right? You're lean, but you're not. You don't look like you're finna hop on stage type of lean, on the bodybuilding stage type of lean. But it's good to be like a 7 out of 8 or a 7 or 8 out of 10 in all three of those areas, as opposed to a 10 out of 10 with a chiseled face but no size, or all the size in the world but not lean, or you're lean but you have no, like, you get me? So you have to kind of play with your sliders, y'all. So I'm having fun making this video because, like, you're like creating your body. You really get to, okay, like, this is how I want to look, right? Like, we really are, like, in this life, we really are just playing with certain factors and doing certain things just to maximize how we look in the mirror. And I really do think it's a beautiful thing that we have this type of autonomy to be able to do this. We have to be smart with this, guys. Especially, I know, like, in the self-development space, people preach about not caring about what other people think, and so, like, if you want to look malnourished, if that's your vibe, then by all means do you. But I'm talking about from, like, an holistically attractive approach, and for the most optimal, the word that a lot of people use is appeal, right? Appeal, whether it be sexual appeal or, I don't know, just appeal in general, just to be appealing to the opposite sex, or appealing for business, for career, just for maximal appeal. It's going to be good to just be well-rounded in all those areas. You start taking it too far with the lean face, you start taking it too far with the shreddedness, the shredded body. You got veins going everywhere, or you take it too far with the size. You just start. It's not good. So I like to talk about stuff like this. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you need help building your aesthetic physique, or if you want to speak to me one-on-one, I talk about mind, body, and creative life. So you can check the description. Also, if you want to join my coaching program, a full 4-month, 16-week program, you can check the description for that as well. As always, this is Random Branch Media. I just want to talk to you guys briefly about the truth about Lena's Law. Lena's Law is law, but having a little bit of size is okay. Being well-rounded is okay. And you don't, again, Lena's Law, but you don't want to look sick. Please don't look sick, guys. It's not a good look. You could take it too far. You could take it too far. Just like people who perma bulk could take it too far, people who get lean could take it a little bit too far too. And again, I mentioned in this video my story about me, like, I just want to have like the leanest face possible. I was willing to get into the 160s, into like model territory, just to have the most chiseled face possible. But as a natural, I would have to give up some of the shoulders, my chest isn't even that great. I would have to give up some chest. I would give up some size just for the lean face. But as opposed to getting into a place where my face is lean, but I also could keep a little bit of size, and the physique leanness is there too. So that's what I'm optimizing for, and I believe that's what you guys should optimize for as well. So if you need help, check the description. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're not new, like the video, share it with somebody who needs to hear this. There's a lot of dudes that need to hear this. Some women as well, because I see women posting that Lena's Law too. So share this with somebody who might be taking on Lena's Law a little bit too far. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.